What is going on, guys? This is Spade, and right off the bat, this is some live stream footage, but what I am talking about today has absolutely nothing to do with the gameplay. This is just kind of background visual stuff. What I wanted to talk about, for those of you that actually watch the news or live in the Texas area or anything like that, this past weekend in Texas, we had 4 pretty big tornadoes go through one central area. I want to say one central area, but I'll put up a map of it on the screen so you guys can check it out. But one of them was hit really bad in Rockwall, one of them hit really bad in Waxahachie, and then on the other side of me, I live in Plano, Texas. I'm not afraid to tell you guys where I live, but those tornadoes, I was like dead in the center, and those tornadoes were on the corners of me. So they passed right by me. And we had the winds, we had the rains, we had the everything. Like, it was disgusting. It was to the point to where me and my family were camping out in a hallway of my house in case anything happened, you know, to be safe to some degree. Now, one of the things that happened shortly after all this destruction was looting. We had looters that were hitting up these houses that were demolished and taking what they could from the damage. And then another thing that started happening that I was seeing pop up on my Facebook was people sharing these GoFundMe pages, which it's normally they're set up by friends and family or even coworkers at some point in time, just to help raise money for someone who has an issue going on, like trying to raise money for a wedding or trying to raise money for a funeral for an unexpected death of a loved one. Stuff like that. That's typically how it works. But what I was seeing being shared, and anytime I see these things, I try to actually, I don't want to use the term troubleshoot, but I try to actually find out if they're real, because stuff happens like this all the time, and people get swindled by it. And there was people that were creating these GoFundMes for themselves, because at the very bottom of the page, you could see who it's created by. And they were not even in the areas of the destruction. And people were donating hundreds of dollars to these people, and they weren't even affected by it. So one of the things that I hate is people that profit from other people's loss. It makes no sense, and there's a special place in hell for these types of people, and it bugs me. And I had a friend of mine literally go off on me because I blasted this stuff on Facebook. I was like, people that do this, you're pieces of shit, for lack of a better word. If you're posting a GoFundMe and asking people for money and you weren't even affected by this, you're a piece of shit. And my friend was trying to justify it, saying that he's trying to help money to give to these people. And I'm like, then fucking go to a church, donate to a church, do something. Donate to FEMA or anything like that. Don't sit here and make a GoFundMe account for yourself and then ask people to donate money directly to you. That's one thing that I've always been iffy about, is charities. I don't like donating any money to any charity unless it is a certified nonprofit, because to be certified nonprofit, they have to donate, I do believe it's 97% of the donation to the cause that they're specifying. Now, even churches, even though people are donating to churches to help alleviate some of the stress, I guess you could say, because of this natural disaster, you got to realize churches aren't free. Yes, they get tax credits and stuff like that, but they actually they live off of donations. That's how they survive. So they're going to take a percentage of these donations to run their staff and do what they need to do. And a lot of people tend to not take that into account. And I'm one of those people. I like to try to find the best in people, but I always find the worst. And that's the type of person I am. I'm always trying to watch my back and make sure that people aren't getting swindled, because everyone is always out to make a buck off of someone else. And especially when it comes, whenever natural disasters happen, people are always out to try to fuck someone over and just steal money from them in some form or fashion, especially if they don't need it. The fact that people literally saw the devastation in these towns, and one of them hit my dad's neighborhood. My dad, who is dying, one of them hit his neighborhood. It didn't affect his house, and he's not there. He is in the hospital. He's been in the hospital for 8 months now. But the fact that it hit his neighborhood, if my dad was home, he could have possibly died sooner than he was supposed to. And the fact that people in this neighborhood, this is an upscale neighborhood, houses are demolished. They're just walking. They literally, people from the couple blocks away where nothing happened were walking to these neighborhoods asking for handouts from people that had dealt with this disaster. And they were stealing stuff, like picking up whatever they could that was worth anything to them. And then they would walk right by with their pockets full of shit and their arms full of shit that wasn't even theirs. So people that profit off of other people's loss, you all deserve to go to hell. And if it was up to me, I'd help put you there. But I'm not allowed to do that. There is no room in this world for people that act like that. This world is going to fucking hell in a handbasket, and we all know it. It's only a matter of time before something happens that causes a mass hysteria worldwide. It's just literally, it's a matter of time. That's how I feel. But for the fact that I was in the middle of 4 fucking tornadoes, if a gust of wind went one separate direction, I could have lost my house. I could have lost my family. And the fact that if that would have happened and my kids were injured and someone tried to walk up and steal my kids' shit, I'd be in jail right now. I really would. That's just my opinion, guys. This was my unfiltered episode of people that profit off of other people's loss. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the description. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see y'all in the next one.